Good morning, I'm your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm reaching you from Aba. I want to talk about the law of cause and effect and the law of input and output. Things don't just happen. If you do the right things, you'll get the right results. One of the key laws I have found very important in life is that if you feed in the wrong input, the system will process it and bring out a worse product for you. If you make the wrong political choices, you will get the very bad consequences. If you compromise in one aspect of the choice of leadership, you, instead of going for the best, you compromise in terms of tribe, religion, geographical location, and relationships. Whatever you will get will be based on the input, that's the person you put there. What we are experiencing in Nigeria are the consequences of our own choices, the consequences of what we did not do right, the consequences of actions and inactions. When the herdsmen crisis started, it was tolerated. And when these individuals from other countries infiltrated our country, I don't know who brought them in, and they were tolerated because of tribal affinity, occupational affinity, historical affinity. The system processed it, and it turned out to become impunity. And so, when a headsman or whatever invades a community, kills somebody, and he is tolerated, it turns to impunity. Another set of people see that the laws in this country should not be obeyed. Recently, I just listened and found out that another set of people have been attacked in one of the cities in the north. In the northern part of the country, there is religious affinity, there's tribal affinity, there's occupational affinity, there's a sense of supremacy of one tribe over the other. And the system processed it. And then we are seeing the consequences of terrorism. And then impunity came in. How can you just kill our soldiers? How can a civilian dare to start shooting our soldiers, kill our civilians, carry our women away? How can terrorists in our country carry people from a train, carry them into our bushes, and without a drone, with a drone we can easily locate where they are and set our people free? America came to Nigeria here, or is in Niger, and set one of their citizens free. Within our own country, we cannot. When you elect incompetence, you see dysfunctionality. We have another opportunity. Recently, a nurse locked up a doctor in a theater because after a procedure, she wanted the young doctor to clean the theater. That's not the work of a doctor. That's not the rights of a nurse to lock up a doctor. Do you know the doctor can sue her? But the system does not work. So the nurse has I'm married to a nurse. I'm a doctor. But I can't imagine that a nurse is locking my son up to clean theater. Don't they have cleaners? Simple reason, the government refused to employ cleaners, refused to pay them, or one cleaner will do one duty, shift into another duty, do 3 duties without being paid. But because people are taking the money away, people are stealing the money. In Asaba recently, Patients Relations went there and beat up a doctor, broke his head. Impunity. Why? Maybe those boys are cultists. They've seen that nothing is done. They've seen that violence is allowed. They've seen a custom officer slap a special assistant to the governor on the express road and nothing has come out of it. So you see parents come to schools to fight teachers. A parent came to my school and beat the lip of my teacher, jumped on her, a pregnant woman, had to expel the 4 children. But somebody wanted me to compromise. No, if I compromise, it will become, Igbo people say, if something bad continues for more than 2 years, it becomes a tradition. When somebody steals the money that is supposed to be used to buy ammunition, buy equipment for our soldiers, they will say a general whose name has not been disclosed stole so money. Disgrace him. If you disgrace him, other people will be careful. So why are terrorists more equipped than our soldiers? Money meant for procurement of ammunition and equipment are not used. Somebody will use it to build plaza, build petrol stations all over the place because affinity, we can't probe him. Why did the judiciary degenerate to the level it is now? We ignored competence, we ignored qualification, and because of tribal affinity, we brought in incompetence. The consequences we see today is the decay. You see people dressing like traditionalists to church, all kinds of things, because we did one thing and compromise. If we had maintained the status quo the way it is, we'll have found out that the judiciary will be improving and improving. If we don't budget enough finances for them, they will be closing on time because they want to save diesel. And if somebody who is not probed for corruption and dealt with, you see incompetence, further corruption. The problem with this country is that we think that we can make the wrong choices, then use prayer to correct them. God is not your houseboy. God is not a Nigerian. He's not like you. Each time, each day gives you an opportunity to make the right choices, to put the right inputs into your life. I've seen the domino effect of wrong choices, wrong actions, and it just keeps going. It will keep degenerating until a force is applied. Newton's law of motion says everything continues in a state of rest or permanent motion until a force is applied. The force is realization. This is not the way it is supposed to be. The force is recognition of our mistakes. The force is a determination to get it right this time. And in the next elections of 2023, we have 3 options and more before us. Let's choose competence. Let's choose experience. Let's choose character. Let's choose knowledge. Let's choose patriotism. Let's choose strength, mental strength, physical strength, above religious sentiments, regional sentiments, repayment sentiments. This one did this for me, did this for me, did this for my wife, did this for this. No, if you are owing any person, go and pay him. We have suffered enough in this country. We need to make the right choices, take the right decisions, do things right, and we will get the right results. I feel pained, I feel grieved that it's at this age that I am advocating for this kind of decision making in this country. If you see the registration taking place with our young people, going to register for PVC, if you see the anger with which our young people are attacking any person that goes against making the right choices and taking the right decision, is that we have fed anger, fed disappointment, fed disregard, fed violence. That ends us shooting at Lekki toll gate, fed hatred against the system, against the oligarchy, against my generation, against oppression. And the young men and women of this country are very, very angry. There's anger in the country. And we are still thinking that our children, our young men are like traditional children of in those days. I don't know if somebody said that justices of the Supreme Court are to be seen and not to be heard. Maybe he was thinking he was in his secondary school. The youths of this country, a revolution is brewing up. And if we don't make the right choices, something more dangerous will happen. I pray for Nigeria that will make the right choices and that will put the right inputs into the system. There is still hope. There are still great potentials in this country. There are still great people in this country. There are still patriots among our youths who love this nation. Let my generation not destroy the system. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Good morning and God bless you.